They've been lying to you your whole life, and I believe it too. It's the lie that says, work hard and you'll be rich. Sounds noble, right? Work your butt off, give 120%, and eventually, life will reward you. But the truth, I learned it early on. You can work yourself to the bone and still be broke. I was 16, working my very first job at Walmart. I remember this one guy I worked with, late 30s, tired eyes, rough hands from years of labor, moving boxes in the warehouse like his life depends on it. And in a way, it did. He gave everything to that job, every shift. He was sweating, pushing his limit, making sure every truck was unloaded on time. You could tell he cared. He treated Walmart's success like it was his own. But here's the part that stuck with me. He was barely making above minimum wage, maybe $15, $16 an hour. He had one kid. His wife worked the same job. And every month, they were struggling just to cover the basics. No vacation, no savings, just surviving. That's when it hit me. Hard work alone isn't the magic ticket to wealth. You can give your entire life to a job. And if it's the wrong job, in the wrong system, with the wrong leverage, you'll stay stuck. Recently, I learned that lesson again, in a different way. I've been teaching myself how to build websites. 1 week. After my regular military shift, really tired, right? I've just done my 12-hour night shift and day shift, all messed up. And then I spent hours every night learning, design, SEO, setting up domains, everything, linked to building a website. It was a brutal, focused week of work. And even though I'm still at the very beginning of this journey, it already reminded me of something. Working hard on a skill is important, but it's not the only ingredient. To turn skills into income, you also have to learn how to market yourself, sell, and get noticed. And then, there was Costco. Not my first job, but my second civilian one, while still in the military. During that summer, I decided to try something new. Instead of spending my paycheck like I always did, I'd put money aside. I started investing, small at first, but still. And then the magic happened. And it's not magic at all, it's math. According to Vanguard, if you invest $500 a month from age 20 to 60, with an average return of, let's say, 10%, which the S&P 500, by the way, has historically returned since the 40s, you'd end up with over $3 million. That's without winning the lottery, without a miracle, just time and consistency. That summer, remember that I was working at Costco? It changed how I saw money, because before that summer, I thought, I'm young, I can spend it, and who cares? After, I thought, every dollar I don't invest now is a dollar that won't be worth 10 later. The problem is, most people never get to this point. And why? Because they've been programmed to believe the formula is work harder, get richer. But in reality, wealth is built through a different equation. Work smarter plus leverage plus time. Work smarter, which means pick a skill or path that scales. Your hours should create value that grows without you. When I say leverage, I mean this could be money investments system like a business automation or people delegation. When I say time, I'm talking about let compound growth work in your favor, not against you. Harvard Business Review even found that the average millionaire earns less from salary and more from investment or equity. That means their time is working for them, not just their hands. I think about that Walmart coworker often, really often. Not because he did anything wrong, but because he played a game that was impossible to win. The rules were set against him. And I wonder how many people are still living that story, believing that just working harder will eventually unlock financial freedom. Spoiler alert right here, it won't. So what's the real takeaway? If you're in a job that doesn't pay you for more than just your time, you need to be using your free hours to build something else. It doesn't have to be glamorous. It could be learning a new skill, starting a side hustle, or at the very least, investing consistently. Because here's the truth. You're not paid for how hard you work. You're paid for the value you create and for how replaceable you are. If your boss can find 10 people tomorrow who can do what you do for the same pay, you'll never get ahead, no matter how much you sweat. So, hard work is important, but not enough. You need leverage, skills, system, or investment that multiply your effort. The earlier you start, the less you have to catch up later. And above all, stop believing the lie that efforts alone is equal to wealth. I learned it at 16 in a Walmart warehouse. I'm reminded of it now while building my web design skills. And I proved it to myself when I started investing and saw the numbers grow. The difference is now I understand the game. And once you understand the game, you can actually start winning it. So if this sits you in any way, don't just close the video and move on. Think about where you are right now in your life and whether your hard work is actually building wealth or just keeping you busy. And if you want more stories, lessons, and real strategies about money and building freedoms, hit that subscribe button. Because the biggest lie you've been told about money might just be the one that's keeping you from living the life you want. Thank you very much if you're still here and you watched all the videos. That's really incredible. That's awesome. And take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one.